Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle you can't explain? You want to change. You try to change. But somehow, life keeps pulling you back into the same habits, the same emotions, the same patterns. You start strong, but self-doubt returns. You leave the relationship, but attract the same energy in someone new. You dream big, but end up settling for less. Why? Because only 5% of your mind is conscious. The other 95% is subconscious, a hidden system that stores your beliefs, your fears, your emotional memory, and the scripts you live by without even realizing it. The subconscious mind is like a silent engine, always running in the background, shaping your reality based on the programs it picked up from your past. From the moment you were born, you're being programmed, not just by your parents, but by society, media, trauma, repetition, and the emotions attached to those experiences. By age 7, your brain was already hardwired with beliefs that would shape how you love, how you work, how you think, and even how you heal. And unless you change those beliefs, you will keep recreating the same life, even if you consciously want something new. This video is your invitation to wake up from that autopilot, to uncover the hidden forces driving your behavior, to take back the steering wheel. Because the subconscious mind isn't your enemy, it's your most powerful ally, but only once you learn how to work with it. Today, we'll explore what the subconscious really is, how it creates your external reality, and how you can reprogram it to shift your thoughts, emotions, and results permanently. You'll learn the science, the spiritual mechanics, and the daily practices that will help you reshape your identity from the inside out. This isn't just about thinking positive. It's about becoming a new version of yourself by reconditioning your nervous system to expect, allow, and embody the reality you truly desire. Take a deep breath, get present, and prepare to meet the real creator of your life, your subconscious mind. Part 1. What is the subconscious mind, really? There's a part of you that's always awake, always recording, always shaping the path ahead. It doesn't speak in words, yet commands your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. This silent force is the subconscious mind, and it may be the single greatest key to unlocking the life you've always imagined. First, introduction to the two minds. We often think we're in control of our lives because we're thinking, making decisions, and acting all the time. But neuroscience and psychology reveal something stunning. Only about 5% of our cognitive activity is conscious. The other 95% is subconscious, automatic, repetitive, deeply conditioned. The conscious mind is the part of you that reasons, judges, plans, and analyzes. It's the voice in your head you're aware of, the internal narrator. But the subconscious mind, that's where the real programming lives. It's not just a passive memory bank. It's your emotional operating system. It holds your beliefs, your self-image, your habits, your learned fears, and your deepest emotional associations. Second, a supercomputer in the background. Think of the subconscious as a supercomputer that never sleeps. From birth, it's been absorbing data, millions of pieces of information per second, from your environment, family, culture, trauma, joy, pain, and pleasure. And unlike the conscious mind, which can handle 40 bits per second of data, your subconscious handles 11 million bits per second. It learns through association, emotion, and repetition. And once something is programmed, like, I'm not good enough, or love is unsafe, it becomes a silent command that shapes your behavior without you even knowing it. This is why you might say you want a healthy relationship or financial abundance, but still push them away. Because at the subconscious level, your inner script says otherwise. Third, the origin of subconscious programming. Here's something powerful. From birth until about age 7, your brain is mostly in a theta wave state, the same state we enter in deep meditation or hypnosis. In that theta state, the critical thinking filter isn't developed yet. This means everything you see, hear, and feel gets downloaded directly into the subconscious. If you grew up around fear, stress, criticism, or chaos, you internalize those emotional patterns as normal. They became the emotional blueprint your nervous system now operates from. Even if your conscious mind grows, your subconscious still runs those same emotional programs until you change them. The subconscious is like wet cement in childhood. Every word, every feeling, every experience leaves a mark. Fourth, the biology of belief and behavior. Every thought you think is electrical. Every emotion you feel is magnetic. Together, they form your electromagnetic signature, what you send out into the quantum field. The subconscious mind governs not only your behavior, but also your biology. Every time you repeat a thought-emotion loop, you're firing neural pathways. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So if you constantly think, "I'm anxious," and you feel anxiety, you're reinforcing that neural network. Over time, it becomes automatic. The body takes over. Now you don't think your way into anxiety. You are anxiety. The same principle works in your favor, too. If you repeatedly think and feel, "I am confident, calm, abundant," and you reinforce it with emotion, those new neural pathways become stronger. You begin to embody the new identity. 5. Habits, the subconscious in action. 95% of your day is a repeat of yesterday. Not because you're lazy or uninspired, but because your subconscious thrives on repetition and predictability. Every morning you wake up and replay your personality. You think the same 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts. You feel the same emotions. You perform the same routines. And so, you recreate the same experiences. Your subconscious mind seeks familiarity, even if that familiarity is struggle, lack, or loneliness, because it equates familiar with safe. That's why change feels uncomfortable at first. Your subconscious resists anything unfamiliar, even if it's better for you. 6. The power of inner imagery. The subconscious mind does not understand language the way the conscious mind does. It responds to imagery, symbols, and emotion. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine a future scenario, living in your dream home, speaking confidently on stage, healing a relationship, your subconscious doesn't know it's not real. It simply begins to accept that new image as a valid blueprint. Combine that image with an elevated emotion like gratitude, love, joy, and now you're installing a new frequency into your nervous system. Do that consistently, and you shift from reacting to the past to creating the future. 7. The subconscious and the quantum field. Joe Dispenza teaches that your subconscious emits a vibrational frequency that communicates with the quantum field. What you broadcast internally, you attract externally, not in a magical way, but in a neurobiological and energetic way. For example, if your subconscious believes, "I'm not worthy," it will tune your perception to seek out rejection, criticism, and abandonment. If you shift that belief to, "I am worthy and loved," your energy shifts, and so does your magnetic field. Now you begin to see new possibilities and people who match that vibration. Reality isn't something out there. It's a mirror of your inner world. The subconscious is the hand holding the mirror. 8. Conscious versus subconscious intention. This explains why so many people struggle with manifestation or self-development. You can consciously want something, a relationship, success, health, but if your subconscious programming contradicts it, that deeper program wins. The subconscious doesn't care what you say you want. It only gives you what you've trained it to believe is true. This is why real transformation doesn't begin with new actions. It begins with a new identity, a new inner dialogue, a new subconscious script. 9. The truth about self-sabotage. Self-sabotage isn't really sabotage. It's subconscious protection. If your subconscious believes success equals rejection or love equals pain, it will sabotage those things not to harm you, but to keep you safe within your known emotional territory. Until the subconscious feels safe in the new experience, it will pull you back to the old. That's why healing work isn't just about motivation. It's about giving your nervous system permission to feel safe in receiving what you once resisted. 10. Awareness is the first step. The subconscious can't be fixed by force. It must be observed, understood, and gently rewired through conscious choice and repetition. Step 1 is awareness. Start by observing. What patterns keep repeating in your life? What do you believe about love, money, self-worth, health? Where did those beliefs come from? Are they really yours? Because once you bring something from the unconscious to the conscious, you gain the power to change it. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you'll call it fate. Kao Yun, the subconscious mind is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. It is not fixed. It is not permanent. It is a living code, one that you can rewrite with intention, emotion, and daily practice. Your past doesn't define you. Your subconscious does. And from this moment forward, you are the author. How the subconscious mind creates your reality. Here's a powerful truth most people never realize. You are not experiencing reality. You are experiencing your subconscious interpretation of reality. Everything you think, feel, and expect, your beliefs, your emotional responses, your identity, all come from the subconscious. And that internal world becomes the filter through which you see everything else. You're not seeing the world as it is. You're seeing the world as you are. 1. Your subconscious is the lens you live through. Think of your subconscious mind as a lens that filters, colors, and shapes everything you perceive. If your subconscious holds a belief like, "I'm not safe," you'll see danger where others see opportunity. If it believes, "I'm unworthy," you'll reject compliments, sabotage relationships, and undercharge for your services. If it holds, "I'm always broke," you'll push money away, even while trying to make more. These aren't conscious choices. They are subconscious responses, programmed from childhood, trauma, repetition, and emotion. And the subconscious doesn't judge. It simply executes whatever it's been taught to believe. 2. Thought plus emotion equals reality blueprint. Everything you experience as reality starts with two components. Thought, electrical activity in the brain. Emotion, magnetic energy in the body. Together, they form your electromagnetic signature, a kind of vibrational message you broadcast into the world around you. Joe Dispenza puts it this way: your thoughts send the signal out, and your feelings bring the experience back. That means, when you think about something and feel strong emotion, you begin to program that into your subconscious as truth. Repeating that loop, especially with intensity, turns it into a core belief, and that belief becomes your energetic frequency. Emotion is the language of the subconscious. So if you're constantly focused on lack, fear, and what could go wrong, you're energetically aligning with that frequency, and your subconscious sees it as normal. This is why affirmations without emotion don't work. If you say, "I am abundant," but feel scarcity in your body, your subconscious doesn't believe you, and your energy doesn't shift. You must combine mental clarity with emotional congruence. 3. The loop of repetition and confirmation. Your subconscious doesn't just influence your thoughts, it controls your perception. Let's say you believe people can't be trusted. That belief creates a filter. Now, when someone gives you a compliment, your mind might go, "What do they want? They must be lying. I don't trust it." You're not seeing reality. You're seeing through your subconscious conditioning. And every time you react that way, you reinforce the belief. This is called a confirmation loop. Belief perception, perception emotion, emotion behavior, behavior result. Result confirms belief. Break the loop, and you change your life. Repeat the loop, and you recreate the same day over and over again. 4. Biology of habit and identity. Every time you think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and take the same actions, you're strengthening neural pathways in the brain. Neuroscientists say, neurons that fire together, wire together. So if you're always thinking, life is hard, I'm always tired, I never have enough time, you're literally hardwiring that identity into your biology. Over time, the body becomes the subconscious mind. Your reactions become automatic. Your stress becomes your baseline. Your personality becomes a pattern of the past. To change your future, you must interrupt those pathways and install new ones. 5. The subconscious and the quantum field. This is where science and mysticism meet. Your thoughts and emotions don't just stay inside your head. They emit a frequency, a measurable electromagnetic field that interacts with the world around you. This isn't just spiritual metaphor. HeartMath Institute has shown that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field that can be detected up to several feet from the body, and it changes based on your emotional state. So when your subconscious is broadcasting fear, you attract experiences that validate that fear. When you reprogram it to broadcast gratitude, confidence, and worthiness, you become magnetic to experiences that match. The field responds not to what we want, but to who we are being. In other words, the external world mirrors the internal world. 6. The outside is a reflection of the inside. You don't attract what you think. You attract what you believe and feel consistently. If your internal story says, success isn't for people like me, I'll always be alone, I can't trust anyone, then no matter how many vision boards you make, your subconscious won't let you move beyond those beliefs. Why? Because the subconscious mind's job is to keep you consistent with your identity, even if that identity is based on pain, scarcity, or fear. It is more interested in being right than being happy. This is why so many people relapse into old patterns after a breakthrough. The subconscious pulls them back into what's familiar. Change requires sustained repetition of a new identity. 7. Examples of subconscious creation in daily life. Let's break this down with some real-world examples. You say you want love, but deep down you believe, I'm unlovable. Your subconscious pushes away healthy love and draws in chaos, because chaos feels emotionally familiar. You want wealth, but your subconscious believes money is evil or I'm not smart enough. So you unconsciously avoid opportunity, overspend, or never finish projects. You want peace, but your nervous system is addicted to stress hormones like cortisol. So when things calm down, you create drama, because that's what your body is wired to expect. These aren't bad habits. They're subconscious programs. You're not broken. You're just operating from an outdated system, and systems can be upgraded. 8. From reaction to creation. The moment you become aware of a subconscious pattern, you can begin to uninstall it. That's the shift from reaction to creation. Most people live life on repeat. Same thoughts, same emotions, same outcomes. But once you begin to observe your triggers, rewire your beliefs, align your energy with your future, you stop reacting from a past and start creating from intention. This is the essence of self-transformation. 9. So how do you change the subconscious? Preview. We'll go deeper into this in the next part, but here's the foundation. Awareness. Notice your patterns without judgment. Emotional rewiring. Interrupt old states with breath, meditation, and elevated emotions. Repetition. Install new beliefs through daily mental rehearsal. Identity shift. Act, think, and feel as if the new reality is already true. Remember, the subconscious learns through feeling, imagery, and repetition. Not logic, not motivation, not force. 10. Final words for this segment. You're not stuck. You are programmed. But the beautiful truth is, you are the programmer now. You can choose new thoughts. You can condition new feelings. You can broadcast a new frequency. And in doing so, you will reshape the mirror that is your reality. In the next part, we'll dive into how these programs get installed in the first place, and why childhood, repetition, and trauma play such a powerful role. How programming happens: childhood, trauma, and repetition. Before you knew how to speak, before you understood what life even was, Your subconscious mind was absorbing everything, not with logic, but with feeling. Every emotion, every word, every glance became a program. And today, those same programs still shape how you see the world, how you love, how you react, and how you live. To understand how the subconscious creates your reality, you must first understand how your reality created your subconscious. 1. The brain before age 7. No filter, just absorption. From birth to about age 7, your brain operates primarily in theta brainwaves. Theta is the brainwave of dreaming, imagination, and hypnosis. In this state, the critical thinking part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, is underdeveloped, which means there's no filter between what you experience and what you absorb. Your subconscious is like wet clay during this time. Everything sticks. Everything feels true, even if it's irrational, even if it hurts. If your father yelled when he was angry, if your mother abandoned you emotionally, if your teachers shamed you when you failed, your subconscious recorded all of it. And it didn't just record what happened. It recorded the emotional meaning behind it. I'm not safe. I'm not good enough. Love is painful. Success means pressure. 2. Childhood equals emotional conditioning. Children don't analyze situations. They emotionalize them. They create meaning based on how something feels, not what it actually is. So even if your parents did their best, if they were stressed, distant, angry, or unavailable, you learn to adapt emotionally to that environment. You might have become a people pleaser to avoid being yelled at, hyper-independent to survive emotional neglect, emotionally numb to cope with chaos, constantly anxious to anticipate danger. These weren't personality traits. They were survival strategies. Your subconscious didn't decide what was true. It decided what was safe. And today, many of us are still living from those same outdated emotional blueprints. 3. Trauma isn't what happened. It's what got stored. When we think of trauma, we often think of big, dramatic events. Abuse, accidents, violence. But trauma can also be subtle. It can be not feeling seen when you were excited, being shamed for crying, feeling rejected by a parent who was too busy, being told you're too sensitive when you felt something deeply. What matters isn't the event. What matters is how your nervous system responded. Did you feel safe to feel your feelings? Did you feel validated, held, or heard? But did you learn to suppress, to perform, to hide? That emotional memory became a subconscious imprint, and it doesn't go away with time. It stays until it's felt, healed, and rewritten. 4. Repetition, the master key of the subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't change through logic. It changes through repetition and emotion. The more often something is repeated, the more normal it feels. The more normal it feels, the more likely it becomes your identity. That's why someone can grow up in an abusive home and still think. That's just how love is. They don't consciously choose it, but emotionally, it's familiar. And the subconscious always chooses what's familiar over what's better. 5. Emotional memory becomes identity. Every belief, every emotional reaction, every defense mechanism was formed for a reason. But the danger is this. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between the past and the present. It sees a raised voice and thinks you're still 6 years old. It senses rejection and floods you with the same survival chemistry you felt at 10. It encounters risk and immediately activates fear, even if you're safe now. What does this mean? It means most of us are not living in the present moment. We are reliving the emotional past day after day. And until we change the emotional meaning behind those old patterns, we will continue to attract situations that confirm them. 6. Why the body becomes addicted to emotions. Your body becomes so used to the chemical state of your past that it literally gets addicted to it. If you grew up around chaos, your body is addicted to cortisol. If you are often disappointed, your body expects sadness. If you were ignored, your nervous system may crave anxiety. because it feels active, alive. The brain creates a chemical cocktail, and the body says, ah, this is familiar. This is me. So even when you try to change, the body resists. Not because it's bad, but because it's loyal to the emotional environment it was trained to survive in. 7. How triggers reveal programming. Ever wonder why you overreact to small things? Why one sentence from someone you love can make you shut down, lash out, or spiral? That's not you. That's your programming. Triggers are messengers. They reveal the exact location where your inner child, your past self, your wounded parts are still active. A trigger is a window into your subconscious. The more you observe your emotional reactions, the more clearly you'll see the original wound beneath them. 8. What gets wired can be rewired. Here's the most hopeful part of all of this. You can change. You can rewire. You can upgrade every pattern, belief, and behavior, no matter how long it's been there. Neuroplasticity is real. Your brain can form new neural pathways. Your nervous system can learn to feel safe in peace, love, and worthiness. Your subconscious can be rewritten, but change won't come from forcing. It comes from awareness, compassion, and consistent practice. 9. How to begin noticing your own programming. Start simple. Observe your patterns. What keeps repeating in your relationships, finances, or health? Write down your triggers. What situations make you feel unsafe, unseen, or reactive? Ask, where did I learn this? Was this something I witnessed as a child? Did I feel this way before I even had words? Feel the emotion fully. Don't run. Don't judge. Just be present. Because the moment you bring awareness to a pattern, you take its power away. You stop being it, and you begin to observe it. And from there, you can change it. In the next part, we'll explore exactly how to reprogram the subconscious, the methods, the science, and the steps to take your power back. You'll learn how meditation affects brainwave states, why elevated emotions unlock change, and the simple daily practices to rewire your identity. Because you're not broken, you're conditioned, and every condition can be rewritten. Rewiring the subconscious mind, proven methods. Every belief, every fear, every identity you carry was learned, which means it can be unlearned. You're not your past. You're not your programming. You are a conscious creator. And in this moment, you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to create the life you truly want, not the one you've been conditioned to expect. This is not wishful thinking. This is neuroscience. This is energy. This is transformation. 1. Why rewiring works. Your brain isn't fixed. It's a living network of neurons, constantly rewiring itself based on your experiences, focus, and emotions. This is called neuroplasticity. It means the structure of your brain changes in response to what you consistently think, what you emotionally feel, what you imagine vividly, what you repeat over time. The subconscious mind operates through repetition and emotion. The more a thought-feeling-action loop is repeated, the deeper it becomes ingrained. But here's the breakthrough. New loops can be installed, new wiring can be built, and the old wiring, no matter how deep, can be overwritten. Your brain doesn't care if something is real or imagined. It responds to intensity plus repetition. 2. Step 1. Entering the right brainwave state. To change the subconscious, you must access it directly. This doesn't happen when you're rushing around in beta, the high alert, thinking brainwave most people live in. It happens when you slow the brain down into alpha and theta. These states are relaxed, meditative, imaginative, hypnotic, receptive to new suggestions. This is why meditation, hypnosis, and deep breathing are so powerful. They shift your brain waves into a state where your subconscious becomes open. It's like opening the gate to the subconscious mind. Brain beta equals survival mode. Brain alpha equals calm awareness. Brain theta equals deep subconscious access. Meditation is the access point. You're not escaping reality. You're editing the internal blueprint that creates it. 3. Mental rehearsal. Practice the future before it happens. Joe Dispenza calls this mental rehearsal, a practice rooted in neuroscience. Here's how it works. You visualize the life you want to live. You feel the emotions as if it's already happening. You repeat this process consistently. When you do this, you're firing new neural circuits. The brain begins to believe the new scenario is real. And because the brain doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined experiences, it rewires itself to expect the new reality. This is how athletes outperform. Speakers overcome fear. People heal spontaneously. Entrepreneurs manifest opportunities. You must see it and feel it before it's visible. 4. Elevated emotions. The fuel of transformation. You can't just think your way into a new life. You have to feel it into existence. Emotion is the language of the subconscious. It is also the magnetic field you broadcast into the quantum field. If you rehearse your future mentally, but your body is still addicted to guilt, fear, or unworthiness, nothing changes. But if you combine a clear vision, thoughts, with elevated emotions, gratitude, love, joy, you align with the future you're creating. The body begins to believe the new story, and your energy begins to attract experiences that match it. This is the science of change. You're not waiting for a miracle. You're becoming it. 5. Repetition. The daily ritual that rewrites the mind. The subconscious mind learns through repetition plus consistency. This is why affirmations, visualization, and journaling only work when you feel them emotionally. You repeat them daily. You stay consistent, even when you don't see immediate results. The moment you stop watering the new seed, the old weeds return. Every day, you're either rehearsing the past, old self, or the future, new self. And whichever you practice more becomes your dominant identity. Set a morning ritual. Breathe deeply. Quiet your mind. Visualize your desired future. Feel elevated emotions. Affirm the new identity. 15 to 30 minutes a day of intentional rehearsal can rewire decades of conditioning. 6. Tools for reprogramming the subconscious. Here are 5 of the most effective tools you can start using today. Small Blue Diamond 1. Meditation. Slows brainwaves. Accesses the subconscious. Helps break addiction to emotional patterns. Use guided meditations focused on healing, abundance, or identity. Small Blue Diamond 2. Hypnosis. Enters theta state. Allows direct suggestion to subconscious. Useful for eliminating fears, habits, and addictions. Self-hypnosis and clinical hypnotherapy are both effective. 3. Affirmations with emotion. Spoken in present tense. Must be felt, not just said. Repeat during alpha state, morning/evening. Example, I am abundant. I am aligned. I am worthy of love. Small Blue Diamond 4. Journaling plus identity scripts. Write from a perspective of your future self. Describe your day as if you already have the life you want. This reinforces belief and activates feeling. Example, today I woke up feeling clear, energized, and deeply supported by the universe. 5. Gratitude practice. Most powerful emotion to shift state. Trains the brain to look for abundance. Opens the heart and increases coherence. Start or end each day listing 5 things you're grateful for, real or imagined. 7. Break the addiction to the old self. Your old self isn't just a collection of habits. It's a chemical addiction. You've lived so long feeling unworthy, anxious, or stressed. Your body has memorized those feelings. The moment you start changing, the body resists. It craves the familiar emotional cocktail. It says, this isn't safe. So will create thoughts like, this isn't working. I'm not cut out for this. Nothing's really changing. Don't believe those thoughts. They're just your body asking for the old emotional hit. The secret is to persist through discomfort, to show your body that safety exists beyond the familiar. 8. Embodying the new identity. You can't just rehearse your future in meditation. You must embody it in your daily life. Ask yourself daily, if I were already the version of me who had the life I want, how would I think? How would I speak? How would I feel? How would I act? Then practice being that version now. Your new identity isn't a goal. It's a state of being you step into before it's visible. And as you hold that frequency long enough, the world around you begins to match it. 9. Common blocks and how to overcome them. It's not working. Solution. Track your internal shifts, not just external results. Change starts inside. I don't feel anything. Solution. Focus on gratitude, breath, and patience. Emotion builds with consistency. I forget to practice. Solution. Set a time, place, and ritual. Make it non-negotiable, like brushing your teeth. My past keeps coming back. Solution. That's normal. Observe it. Don't react. Return to your new self. 10. Final words. You are the creator. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are not a victim of your programming. You are the one who gets to choose what you think, what you feel, who you become. Reprogramming your subconscious is not about controlling the world. It's about mastering your internal world so that the outer world reflects your new frequency. Your thoughts are electric. Your feelings are magnetic. And your identity is your signal to the universe. It's not magic. It's alignment. You are the architect of reality. And now you know, you're not a passive observer in this life. You're not here to simply react, survive, or repeat. You are a creator. Your thoughts are electric. Your emotions are magnetic. Your beliefs are the blueprint. And your subconscious mind, it's the silent architect, always building, brick by brick, your future. But here's the truth. What was once built can be unbuilt. And what you imagine can be constructed. You're no longer bound by your past. You're no longer defined by your old story. You're no longer stuck in the identity that was handed to you. You now hold the tools, the rituals, the awareness, and more importantly, you hold a choice to wake up each day and align with a new version of yourself, to plant new thoughts, to rehearse new emotions, to act from a future that already belongs to you. The old life, the one built from fear, doubt, and limitation, will try to pull you back. Let it. And still, return to your breath. Return to your vision. Return to the future you are becoming. Every time you choose consciousness over autopilot, you're sending a new signal into the field. You're making the invisible visible. You're bending reality in your favor. So trust the process, even when it feels slow, even when it's quiet, even when nothing outside seems to be shifting yet, because the real shift is already happening inside. You are the seed. You are the soil. You are the light. And this is your new beginning. Brain, don't wait for life to change to feel different. Feel different and life will change. Dr. Joe Dispenza, this is your time. This is your power. This is your reality. Rewired. Subscribe, like, share with someone ready to awaken. Join the journey. Reprogram your mind. Create your future.